Welcome. I'm Dee, and this is the Unguided Life, where I am taking a one day at a time, bringing you guys along for the journey to hold me accountable as I budget my way through life. We need to close out our November budget. Simple as that. It is very simple this time because we're going to reflect on the budget by using Tasha with Mind Your Money or TashaLovesLife.com website monthly budget master plan reflection. After we go over what happened in November, then we'll go ahead and reflect on what we could have done better. Also, what we did that was good. Sometimes we always reflect on the negative and not the positive. So we're going to throw a little positive spin on that too. So this is my monthly review worksheet. This is where I put all of my numbers in to see where we're at. As you can see, the first section, it talks about the monthly take-home pay. I break it down in income source number 1, income source number 2, and the bonus income. Income source number 1 is my main source of income, which is my employer and my stipend. So that is the only thing in the beginning of the month that I budget for, because that's the known for me. Income source number 2 usually comes from any unbudgeted amount that is left from the month before. Anytime I have to pull side income. And then bonus income is just that money that I was not expecting to receive that I did receive, and I applied it to some item in my budget. So because I made November a magic month, my estimated income total was $4,944.14. So let's talk about the actual, starting with income source number 1. So as far as the amount that hit my bank account for my employer, including my stipend, that total was $5,254.74. Then income source number 2 was the carryover from October, and that was $13.02. Bonus income. So the bonus income consisted of money that was reimbursed. So I purchased the items on my credit card. Individuals reimbursed me for those items, as well as I did receive my dividend check, which I thought I had changed it to have it reinvest, but I didn't. So they, of course, sent me the money from that. And I did apply that to items in my budget as well, and we'll see that. So let's start with that amount for the bonus income was $1,028.33. So for the month of November, the total income that I had to tell what to do before it told me what to do was $6,296.09. Now we're going to go over to the fixed expenses. As you can see, for me, fixed expenses are ones that have a set amount from month to month, and they don't change often. When I say often, they maybe change one time a year, and that's because of taxes and surcharges, or sometimes plan changes. As you can see, like some Netflix, when I first started with Netflix, it was $8.99 when they started the streaming service. I believe so, around that. So of course, you see now it's gone up to $14.93. And it barely got up to that because I was almost scathing, and then they caught up with me. So usually what I do, this is all the budgeted amounts, and I place the actuals in here. The dollar amounts only go into this column if there's any changes. Luckily for me, these amounts did not change in the month of November. So $1,483.02 went to that category. The next section is the variable expenses. There was some changes there. The cable was the same. Credit card number 1 was the same. Credit card number 2 was the same. And credit card number 3. When it came to credit card number 4, I did purchase an airline ticket. I had to do an emergency trip home and it was reimbursed. So I put it on this credit card because I wanted to meet a reward. And so this totals $459.23. The phone bill, now there was changes with the phone bill and it was only 10 cents. The taxes and surcharges for my state there was changes to that. So the bill actually was $169.73. I do not account for any unbudgeted because we hope to not have any, but I did end up spending $124.48. And that went towards unbudgeted purchases that was like money was covered for, like they didn't have an item number. Well, I want to say they didn't have an item number. It was like I spent and then I had to reimburse myself. So that's where that came from. There was no changes to the water bill given. I actually gave a little bit more this time around. And so that was changed. In student loans, that debt, there was no change there. So total is $1,650.67. Then when we come to the envelope system, I tried something new. And this time around, it was simply whatever was left after each, when I did my income breakdowns, whatever was left when I sent money to savings, my bills, and to sinking funds, that all went to the envelope system categories. So I didn't give them a number specifically. It was a total, and that total was $975. Now, the one thing that you see here is I added Discover Bank because in 2022, I'm going to use Discover Bank as the envelope system setup and not my prepaid card because they have the option of using Zelle, and I like having the ability to move the money back and forth versus having to go to the bank each time that I need to pull money off of that card to put it back into the budget. So with all that being said, that total amount that went towards these categories was $975. Then we're going to move on to our savings and sinking funds. We already knew I wasn't going to be adding anything to any sinking fund, only the one that was automatic, which was Papa. So we did do the 75. Now I did spend out of Savannah and my retreat in Papa because I did start purchasing his Christmas gifts. I did not spend anything out of the Sandlot, and I did spend something out of me, myself, and I. When it came to saving, $570 is what I was able to contribute to my savings goal for my 3 months emergency fund. For the check-in buffer, the amount that is remaining in the account is $27.18. Now, when I first set this up, I referred to this as December bills, but that's not true. These were actually end of month November bills that was due before the December budget. So I renamed the title, as well as I had to put more towards it. So another thing that was included in the end of month November bills was stars, because that's due at the end of the month. Credit card number 2. I have my internet, and it's something else. I think it was 4 total. But in the end, the amount that I put towards my credit card was more because I purchased an airline ticket on there and the person reimbursed me. So $732.22 total went to my end of month November bills that I paid out. And then I put to the side my December rent. Another item that was new was investments. Since I did receive that dividend check, I just applied that amount or a portion of that amount into buying stock. This was on a whim, nothing fancy, nothing worth mentioning. That's what I did. So that total was $2,187.40. Then for the total income, we just take that number and bring it down here. And you should be seeing the numbers at this present time, and a total $6,296.09. And every dollar is accounted for, and that's what I like. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we need to reflect on the budget itself. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna turn this to the side so I can have more room to actually write. So put down the month and the year, and then how did I do this month? The grade I'm going to give myself is an A. Let me tell you why. I didn't freak out, okay? This was the first month that I implement the pay yourself first. I didn't do a lot of check-ins, so I was not getting the accountability that I have gotten in the past. And I allow my money to work for me and not against me. And what I mean by that, so looking back at the budget itself, is the envelope system. This is a category that these categories are ones that I decided that in my budget, they usually cause the ruckus. So I have to give them an assignment. I have to give them a certain amount each time I get paid, and I'm not allowed to go over that. Well, I didn't, and I survived. So I know that I can do it. I just have to take my time when it comes to this, and actually when I'm spending, being mindful of why I'm spending. Am I spending out of emotion? Am I spending out of need or spending out of want? Where is the root cause of it all? But do not put up a block that causes you to feel like you are actually denying yourself your hard-earned money. And that's what I was doing with my envelope system, because like I said, that with me, and now that I'm here by myself, I don't like to cook as much, y'all. So groceries need to be like grocery / takeout, which my sister said we need to stop doing takeout. And I'm going to work on that in December. I'm going to try, okay? But for right now, I felt just more free to do what I needed to do with the money I had, versus then cause myself to actually feel boggled down with, I'm only have $150 for the next 2 weeks. Make it do. The next thing was with unbudgeted. Now, with part of this unbudgeted came from me giving someone an Uber, and or paying for someone's Uber, and some credit card charges that was not in the budget. So I didn't have I had a category for them, but I didn't fund it. It was like a category for my self-care. So I didn't put anything in self-care, and I didn't have that much in self-care, but D did indulge in self-care because I needed that. Mentally, I needed that. And so I did put it on my credit card. So when I got paid, I went ahead and put that money back, and that's where that unbudgeted came from. So that leads me to, what could I have done better? And simply stop denying myself. Okay? So stop denying myself. And what I mean by that is, I often would sacrifice funding something for myself in the I guess what you can say, I don't know why I'm losing my train of thoughts, but I often will forget about me. Because in the end, what I'm trying to do is reach a certain goal. And if that means deny myself, then I'll do that. And I think that's because I've been conditioned to do that for so many years of being a single mom, that it was so easy to go in the store, pick up everything for Papa, get home, and like, I didn't get nothing for myself. I have to get used to putting myself back in the forefront. I made this category and I'm still have that mentality of saying, you know what? I got to save. So since I got to save, I can't go get my nails done, or I can't go get my hair done, or I can go get a massage. But in the end, I need that. I need that. Okay? For the greater good, I need that. I am not the best person when my mental health is compromised, physically nor to be around. Okay? So I need to work on that. I don't know if December is going to be the month. I don't know if I'm going to put that on me in December, but in 2022, and I've heard this twice from two different individuals on two different spectrums of my life, how I'm going to put myself first in 2022 on a different scale. I don't know how that's going to look, but they say it's going to happen, and I believe them. So all in all, my money affirmation is money is attracted to me. And I think that's why I don't look for deals, because deals find me. Even when shopping online this past week, I am not going in and looking for nothing. They say, hey, I'll get something in my email, such as I got $10 off. Yes, I did. I got $10 off because I did a check-in for my November internet bill. So that's, yeah, I did a check-in, and it simply was, hey, let's see what we can do for you. And they were able to do a couple things for me. So there we go. I got another coupon in my email about $10 off, just making a purchase, and I'm already going to make. And then I was just seeing here how every time someone asks me to do something and it's on a site that requires my credentials, I'm getting something from that. So money is attracted to me, y'all. I don't have to work hard for it. And that's a blessing. Okay, thank you, Jesus. So this is my November closeout. Very simple, to the point. It's like in the past, I used to break down, go through everything. Let's not do all that. We just need to know what my money said about me in the month of November, and tell me what your money said about you in the month of November. All right. In the meantime, in between time, peace.